And today I wanted to share with you a dish that I learned here in Thailand. Being under quarantine, you have a lot of time on your hands, so I wanted to put together a dish that was fairly simple. It's something that is very popular within northeastern Thai, and it's something that I really enjoy eating because you can either have it with rice, with salad, with vegetables, but for today we're actually going to have that with rice and some vegetables. So I wanted to showcase what ingredients we're going to be using today. For the crying tiger, which is also known as suab rong hai, we're going to use this fabulous cut of meat, which is beef ribeye. So I got this at the local supermarket. As you can see here, they're roughly about half a pound for each piece of meat. And we're going to be making a dipping sauce for crying tiger as well. And for that sauce, we are going to be using oyster sauce, fish sauce, tamarind paste. You can also use tamarind concentrate, which is the same thing. You can use tamarind pulp, but that actually comes within the actual tamarind fruit itself. So for the sauce, typically you'll want to use tamarind concentrate or tamarind paste, which is what we're using today. White sugar. We are going to roast some rice. So typically for the dipping sauce for crying tiger, you can use glutinous rice. I didn't have any on hand, so I made some rice, and I'm just going to use some white jasmine rice, which should be the same thing. And here for the dry spices, we have red chili pepper flakes and ground black pepper. And I mentioned some vegetables. So we have here cilantro, which that is going to go into the dipping sauce. You guys know I love my spice, so do people in Thailand, and which is why I love their cuisine. So we're going to add in some chili peppers at the end. We're going to chop up some shallots for the sauce, and then a little bit of lemon juice to give it that acidic taste. These string beans, these long beans, we are going to chop up, and we're actually going to wrap that within these cabbage leaves here, and that's going to be part of the crying tiger within the meat. Oftentimes if you go to restaurants, you can see crying tiger, whether an entree or an appetizer. If it's an appetizer form, it's typically with a salad, so it's also known as beef salad. And then if it's an entree, you'll see it with the assortment of cabbage, of the string beans, and then you'll also see it with rice or with sticky rice. So I've noticed that here in Thailand, people often eat their proteins with either sticky rice or regular jasmine rice, so I think it's just a preference thing. I like to go either way, it just depends on my mood. I do find that the sticky rice along with the protein, it balances the flavors off one another, because of rice you can sort of grab it and just eat it with your hands if you want, and then with the jasmine rice you can't go wrong with that. Alright, so we're going to get started with the marinade for the beef, and then we'll start on the dipping sauce. And at the very end, we are going to start on the beef and then let that rest and then enjoy that together. Okay, so we're going to get started with a light marinade that we're going to put onto the ribeye. Then we're going to set that aside and then start on the dipping sauce. You prepare it with a little bit of oyster sauce. So I'm actually going to add in 1 tablespoon fish sauce, 1 teaspoon of white sugar, and we're going to just put that into some marinade, massage it in there. So roughly about 10 to 15 minutes, we'll let this sit, and then we'll come right back to it. Marinated. Now that we're letting the steak marinate for just a little bit, we're going to get started on the dipping sauce. This is my favorite part. So for the dipping sauce, we are going to roast some rice. So we're just going to add in 2 teaspoons of the rice into a hot pan. In the meantime, while that pan is warming up, I'm going to get started on the actual dipping sauce itself. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of the tamarind paste, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then the chili pepper flakes, my favorite. So I like it spicy. Some cilantro. They say that how they came up with the name Crying Tiger is that the sauce was so good and spicy that it made tigers cry, but that's all speculation. There's no real way of knowing if one, tigers can cry, or two, if it was that spicy. But I, of course, love spicy, so we're going to add in a lot of chili. I didn't forget about my rice. You can smell the rice. It sort of smells like popcorn. It's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to add this into the spice grinder now. Now I'm going to get started on squeezing the lime and adding that into the sauce and the shallots, and then we'll add the toasted rice in there. So for the lime juice, about 1 tablespoon will be good. We're going to use 1 shallot. Okay, so now we're just going to chop up the long beans. So you want to cut the long beans about 2 inches. And then if you're making a Crying Tiger salad, then you would typically use lettuce for that. So that looks good. I think that's perfect. Let the ribeye marinate for about 15 minutes now. I'm just going to give it a good sear on each side, 2 minutes, constantly flipping. So I'm going to use some vegetable oil. You can use any kind of meat. What I really love about this recipe is that it's fairly simple, as you can see. You can use any cut of beef. It does not have to be ribeye. You can use chops, you can use flank steak, brisket. It's whatever you have in your fridge, and that honestly right now comes at a really great time because since we're all in quarantine, sometimes we're just trying to piece together leftovers, focusing on this really thick ribeye. Alright, I'm going to let this sit for just 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to slice this up and have this with some rice and the dipping sauce. Smells so amazing. I wish you guys could smell this right now. I let the meat cook a little bit longer than anticipated, so it's going to be medium, but it still looks amazing. Let's see how it tastes. I also chose this dish for dinner tonight because it's a fairly healthy dish to eat. Especially now with everything that's going on with coronavirus, we definitely want to be as healthy as possible, and it's got the right amount of nutrients. Steak is delicious. You've got your vegetables here, rice. I mean, you can eat as little or as much as you want. I always like to have rice with everything. Alright everyone, so I went ahead and plated the steak. I have my white rice. I added some chili on there, of course. We've got our dipping sauce. It is amazing. I actually took a little taste coming over here. And then we've got our vegetables. So let's go ahead and dig in. I am so hungry.
Grab some cabbage, string bean. I'm just add that in there. So you can usually dip it, or I just like to drench it. I'm gonna go all in, guys.
Mmm. Mmm. The steak is really, really good. It's got just the right amount of flavor to it. Marinated perfectly. And actually, I thought that the steak would be a little too well done, but it's actually perfect. It's nice, juicy, tender. Of course, gotta have the rice. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. I hope you liked what you saw today. Being in Thailand, being quarantined out here, I'm just really trying to find different recipes to put together for you guys. Right now it's just a way for us to unite, keep busy, stay safe, stay sane, and most importantly, practice kindness. I know I've been saying that quite a lot in a few of my videos, but there's just so much bad going on in the world, and I just really want to make sure that we add some goodness to it. So, all right, thank you so much. If you like what you saw, please comment, please share, please like. And if you want to see me cook any particular Thai dishes, please let me know. Leave that in the comment box. All right, thank you. Bye.